The studio lights were not blinding like a stadium concert. There were no roaring crowds shaking the floor, no fireworks exploding into the night sky, no massive LED screens flashing synchronized visuals. And yet, in that simple practice room under muted industrial lighting and surrounded by plain walls and steel railings, something electric happened. The moment Jungkook lifted his arm, tilted his head with that effortless half-smile and let the rhythm take control, the world outside that room seemed to disappear. Armies across continents froze mid-scroll. Timelines paused, group chats erupted. Because once again, without warning, without teaser, without grand announcement, he had done it. He shook the studio and the internet with nothing but pure movement. It started quietly. A short clip, no elaborate caption, no dramatic build-up. Just him in loose sweatpants, a dark zip-up hoodie, a beanie pulled low, standing in a dance studio that looked almost too ordinary for someone of his stature. But perhaps that was the magic. There is something deeply captivating about seeing a global superstar return to simplicity. No glitter, no stage persona, just the artist and the music. And then the beat dropped. His body didn't just move, it translated the sound. Every subtle shoulder roll, every sharp wrist flick, every grounded step carried intention. He wasn't dancing for applause, he wasn't performing for critics, he was immersed, lost in the rhythm. And that authenticity radiated through the screen so intensely that fans felt as if they were standing right there in the room, watching him rehearse after hours. Within minutes, clips were circulating everywhere. "Did you see his footwork at 0:03? One fan posted. "The control, the precision," another replied. Edits began appearing with slow-motion replays of a single turn. Others zoomed in on his expression, that relaxed but focused gaze that seems to say he's fully aware of his own power yet never arrogant about it. It wasn't just choreography, it was storytelling through muscle and breath. What makes moments like this so explosive is their unpredictability. In an industry built on carefully orchestrated comebacks and meticulously planned promotional cycles, spontaneity feels rare. And when he drops a dance clip without warning, it feels intimate, personal, as if he's letting fans peek behind the curtain into his private creative world. The studio itself became a character in the unfolding narrative. The overhead lights cast subtle shadows that highlighted the lines of his movements. The slight echo in the room amplified the sound of his sneakers gliding across the floor. Even the casual outfit added to the allure, oversized pants flowing dramatically with each step, hoodies shifting with the rhythm. It wasn't styled for a photo shoot, it was real. Armies quickly began speculating. Was this a hint, a spoiler for an upcoming solo project, a choreography snippet from something bigger, or was it simply him dancing because he loves to dance? The theories multiplied faster than the views, but perhaps the reason it resonated so deeply had nothing to do with hidden messages. Perhaps it was about witnessing passion in its purest form. There's a distinct difference between someone who can dance and someone who feels dance. In this clip, you could see the years of training layered beneath every motion, the discipline, the repetition, the sweat, yet none of it felt forced. It felt natural, almost effortless. That paradox is what makes him so mesmerizing. The effortlessness is earned, not given. Fans began recreating the choreography, uploading their own versions, tagging him in hopes he might see. Dance studios around the world reported students requesting to learn that Jungkook move. The ripple effect was immediate and global. From Seoul to Sao Paulo, from Jakarta to Los Angeles, the same few seconds of footage inspired countless interpretations. And then there was the smile. Halfway through the clip, just as the beat softened momentarily, he flashed a quick grin, not the polished smile of a red carpet pose, but something spontaneous. Genuine, almost playful. It was brief, but it sent fans into collective meltdown, because it reminded everyone that beneath the superstar aura is still someone who finds joy in simply moving to music. Social media analytics showed the clip surpassing millions of views within hours. Reaction videos popped up, dance professionals breaking down his technique frame by frame. "Look at his core control," one choreographer explained. "Notice how he transitions from sharp isolations to fluid grooves seamlessly." Even those outside the fandom couldn't deny the skill on display. But beyond the technical brilliance, there was something more intangible, a magnetic presence. The way he occupies space. Even in a relatively small studio, he makes the environment feel expansive. His energy stretches beyond the walls, beyond the camera lens. It's that rare quality of someone fully comfortable in their artistry. Longtime fans felt a wave of nostalgia. They remembered early dance practice videos, the journey from trainee days to global stages. Seeing him return to a stripped-down setting felt like coming full circle. A reminder that at the heart of all the awards and records, he is first and foremost a dancer who fell in love with music. Speculation about a comeback intensified overnight. "This has to mean something," fans insisted. Hashtags trended worldwide. Even media outlets began reporting on the viral impact of the clip. Headlines emphasized the same theme: no grand production, no backup dancers, just him, and yet it was enough to dominate conversations. There's also something empowering about witnessing an artist who doesn't rely on spectacle to captivate. In a world oversaturated with visual effects and dramatic staging, simplicity can feel revolutionary. And in that simplicity, his talent becomes undeniable. Some viewers pointed out the subtle emotional shift throughout the performance. It began playful, almost light-hearted. Then the movements grew sharper, more intense. By the final seconds, there was a grounded confidence, a quiet statement without words. He knows exactly who he is as an artist. That silent confidence is perhaps the most compelling part. There is no need for dramatic declarations, no captions boasting achievements. The dance speaks for itself. As the clip continued to circulate, fan edits paired it with different songs, different color filters, even slow instrumental overlays. Each version highlighted a new facet of the performance. It became a creative catalyst, sparking inspiration far beyond the original upload. Industry insiders began commenting on how rare it is for a short, unannounced dance practice to create such impact. But for those who have followed his career, it wasn't surprising at all. He has always possessed that unpredictable spark, the ability to transform an ordinary moment into a cultural event. The emotional response from fans was particularly striking. Many described feeling motivated, inspired to practice harder to pursue their own passions. "Watching him dance reminds me why I started," one aspiring dancer wrote. "It's not about perfection, it's about feeling the music." In interviews over the years, he has often spoken about growth, about constantly challenging himself. This clip felt like evidence of that ongoing evolution. The control in his isolations, the smoothness of transitions, the subtle groove layered beneath sharp hits, it all suggested refinement, not complacency but progression. As days passed, the video continued to trend. View counts climbed steadily. Commentary threads expanded into essays analyzing every nuance. The phrase "he shook the studio" became a mantra across fan communities. And perhaps that phrase captures it best. He didn't need a stadium to create tremors. A single room was enough, because the true power wasn't in the setting, it was in the authenticity. What makes this moment particularly fascinating is how it blurs the line between casual content and historic highlight. Years from now, fans may look back at this clip as the beginning of a new era or simply as a beloved reminder of his roots. Either way, it has already secured its place in collective memory. In the end, the most remarkable aspect of this viral dance isn't the numbers, though they are impressive. It isn't the speculation about future projects, though that fuels excitement. It's the reminder that artistry doesn't require spectacle. Sometimes, all it takes is a beat, a body in motion, and the courage to share it. He stepped into a studio, he pressed record, he danced. And once again, the world watched, breathless, inspired, and completely captivated.